Hey, what's up? In this tutorial, I'm gonna make a stylized turret, and it looks like this. I haven't made it yet, but I'll have a picture of it, of course. So let's bring in a cylinder, and how big would a turret be? Let's make it 1.5 or 0.5 on the X and Y axis like that, and then on the Z axis, I don't know, 0.1 or something. Let's bring that up a little bit. This will be like just a base that it's gonna spin around on. And then Control A to apply the scale. And I'm gonna add a modifier here. Generate bevel. And I'm gonna set it to 0.01 meters and then give it 2 segments and then go in here to, actually first I'm gonna right click on this, shade auto smooth, and then press this little menu and type in 90 degrees, and then here harden normals. Now we have this smooth looking cylinder with some nice edges. We might put a subdivision surface modifier later, or let's just do it now, why not? Looks kind of cool, I guess. Looks smooth. Alright, now I want to make a sort of inset here. So I press I to get this, and then E and pull that down a little bit. For now I'm gonna turn this off because that made it lag quite a bit. Now I'll add another cylinder. Actually, delete that. I'm gonna do this. Go into edit mode. Go into edit mode here. Select this face, Shift D to copy that, and then press P and S. And now that is its own object. Now I go into edit mode again, press A to select everything. Actually, yeah, and then just scale it down like that, I think. And E to extrude and pull it up. Something like that. Yeah. Cool. I'll make some detail here as well. Make a loop cut there. And then Control B to make a bevel. And then Alt E, extrude faces along normals. And then kind of pull that in like that. Kind of looks cool, I guess. Alright, now I'll add another cylinder. A lot of cylinders here, but that's fine. Gonna scale that, then press Shift Z, so it's only scaling on X and Y. Make it something like that. This will be like a joint for the legs. Rotate it like that, 90 degrees. This should be 0. Scale it down on the x-axis, bring it in like that. You don't have to make it exactly like I'm doing, obviously. You can make your own little details, your own little variations, but yeah. This is just a general way of doing it. Shade smooth here as well, and harden normals. There we go. Now I have a shortcut here for the mirror modifier, but you can also just add it here. Generate mirror. Now there's an artifact. Okay, that's just because it's mirroring on itself. But I'm gonna select this eyedropper tool and then select this base, and now it's mirrored on that. So that's cool. Let's add a cube. I'm making this stuff up as I go along, but I made one earlier for a project that I'm working on with my friend, so I have some idea of how to do this. Let's bring that out a bit like that, and put it somewhere like that. Maybe make it slightly bigger, scale it like that. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go down here and pull that down. If you go here to global, we want this to go all the way down to the ground, so it's 0 there. And I'm gonna select that plane and scale it on the y-axis. I'm gonna select these two edges and do a bevel, Control B, and then scroll up to get some more loops. Gonna add the bevel modifier to this as well. Same parameters. Shade smooth. I have to apply the scale as well so that it's the correct dimensions. Shading, hard and normals. Okay, great. Now I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be like two separate legs. So, I mean, this topology is a bit screwed up. I mean, this is a huge polygon, like it has a lot of vertices on its edge, but I kind of don't care, to be honest. So I'm just gonna do that. Now there's an edge there, and then bevel, but then scroll down to decrease that. Now if I pull that up, that looks weird, but if I extrude, it also looks weird. I think what I'm gonna do is delete that face. So if we, make loop cuts there, one here and one there, and then select both and then double press G and pull it up somewhere like that. Then go to vertex mode, select those two, and then J to join them. Same on the other side. Make a vertex there and there as well. Select those two. Control B to make a bevel, but then V to make it vertex mode. And put them somewhere there. This is a bit of a strange method, but I think it's gonna work out. J there on those two, same here. J for join. And now delete those two. And that's the shape I want. But now we have to just fill these faces in. You can select this and then press F, and it's going to continue filling those in. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now select that. I'm going to add a mirror modifier and select the base again. Let's do something similar to this again, a similar shape, but it's not going to have these legs. It's going to be a couple of attachments for the actual gun part. So I'm going to add a cube again, bring it up like that, scale it like that. I'm going to select this top face and scale it on that axis. Actually going to select everything and make it slightly thinner like that, and then probably bring it out somewhere there. Apply the scale, mirror modifier, and there we go. Go into edit mode again, select those two and make a bevel. There we go. And then actually add a bevel modifier. Again, same parameters, 0.01, 2 segments, auto smooth, 90 degrees, shading, hard and normals, great. Could make these slightly higher if you select only those. Go into X-ray mode with Alt-Z, select those, and if we pull those up a bit, I think that's better. Yeah. I'm gonna add a cylinder, which will be sort of a joint for the gun. So cylinder, scale it down, rotate on the y-axis, 90 degrees. And I want to match the radius of this part with the cylinder. You see how they kind of line up here? The distance between the edges is like equal all the way around. It's not super important, it's just, it looks better, I think. Apply the scale, Gonna add the bevel modifier again. I'm sure there's a better way to do this than just adding the same modifier over and over again, but that's how I do it. Because I'm dumb, but let's add some detail here. I'm gonna add a loop here. And this looks kind of wonky. Why is it so? You can definitely see like some pinching here, but I'm okay with that, to be honest. Alt click that, Alt E, and extrude like that. Then I'm gonna select that face and extrude that in. And I usually extrude it so far that the bevel isn't changing anymore, because like if it's too close, the bevel is not gonna have enough space and it's gonna cause some issues. So, you know, just pull it in far enough. And actually, let's split this in half. Oh, actually, yeah, make a loop cut there. It's not in the middle now, but if you have it selected still, and then here in the median, you have to also be in the global. Actually, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, it does actually. X should be 0. Now it's in the middle. Go into X-ray mode, select those vertices and delete them. And now add a mirror modifier, and it should be Z, I guess. It's because I rotated it. But if you apply the rotation, then it's X, like the global X. All right, sick. Now I'm gonna make the actual gun part, like a base for the gun part. Not entirely sure how it's gonna look, but something like this. The cube here, gonna drag that back a little bit. I think this is gonna be the front, but I'm gonna drag that out a bit as well. Again, I'm looking for something that only has the bevel modifier. I mean, I guess this does. You can do this if you select that and then shift click something that you want to copy the modifiers from. You can press Control L and then copy modifiers. But it looks weird because I haven't applied the scale. Now it looks fine. I'm actually gonna delete this subdivision for now because it makes it lag. Pull that out a bit, and gonna select these two only, then make a bevel. It's kind of looking like the TF2 turret, but yeah, it's kind of goofy looking, but I mean that's all right. Let's make it inset here, and then make it look a bit chunkier, you know? Yeah, that's better, I think. All right, now it needs a barrel, and we're gonna use the cylinder again. You can also, if you want to rotate something, you can press R and then select the axis you want to rotate. So you press X and then type in 90, and then it does that. It's pretty handy. Actually, also I'm gonna do this. Select this and then that, so that this one's active. It's like bright orange. And I have this as a shortcut, selection to active, but you can also go in here, object, snap, selection to active, so that their origin points are in the exact same spot. It's good if you want to have the same center of objects. Gonna scale it like that, and then put it there. Gonna select that face, and how long should it be? I want this to be a bit bigger, I think. Kind of like that. And this, something like that. I should add more detail to this somehow. Make it look a bit more interesting, but we'll get to that later, I think. Apply the scale on this, and now you can do this trick again. Copy modifiers, auto smooth, great. Now this barrel, gonna add some loops like that. Actually, let's pull this one forward a bit, like that, and then Alt click to get those faces, and then Alt E, extrude along normals. Delete this, dissolve edges, and then add like, I want 3, but they should be the same size. So it's easier if you do it like at the same time. Alright, that's kind of cool, I guess. Now let's make this face a bit smaller. This will be the hole of the gun. Something like that. And then E to extrude that in. And I guess just pull it all the way in. And what happens if we do this? Add some bevel there. That looks kind of cool. I like that. I'm gonna pull this one in a bit, like that, and also Alt Z, select those, and then pull that in a bit as well. Cool. I mean, that's pretty much it, honestly. But let's do some materials, and let's just do some basic materials. It's not really important. I mean, it is, but for stylized objects, you can get away with just not having any textures and just picking some nice colors. So let's do that. Start with these. Let's go into material preview. Actually, let's do this. Select Eevee for the render engine, and I'm going to activate ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space reflections. Yeah, and then in the world settings in the shader tab, I'm not going to use the sky texture. I'm going to add a environment texture, and gotta take that one, set that to 1, and I'm also gonna make the background transparent. Okay, cool. Now the legs, go to object mode in the shader tab, make a new one, and I think I'm gonna make it like dark gray, like that. And I think that's pretty good. Actually, let's make some feet as well. That's pretty quick. Just add a cube, put them like here, scale on the z-axis, and then put that out there. Try to just center it somehow on the leg. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Apply the scale and then add a bevel modifier. Yeah. Now we could probably do this. Add a mirror modifier and then just select like the base and then just mirror that on the X and Y axis. Cool. I mean, it's looking kind of goofy, but I mean, I think that's fine. It's kind of cute, you know. Now, back to the materials. I'm gonna be in the rendered mode, because why not? And I think I'm gonna go with this material for some parts here, like the feet as well. And then probably this. And then this one's gonna be like a bit brighter. So I press that number there to make a copy of this. So it has the same settings, but now I can change it, but it's a new material. If that makes sense. What if it's metallic? That's kind of cool. Let's make it a bit brighter. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see, gray or black. I think I like black better. This gray maybe. And same for this one, I don't know. Gray or black. I mean, this is all up to you. You can choose whatever color you want, whatever you think is cool. I'm gonna go with black for that one. And this one, gray, metal. That's looking kind of cool. And this one, I think I'm gonna select some random color, basically. You know, the TF2 tart, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have a green one. I don't know about that color, bro. Maybe like sort of a muted green. Yeah, something like that. I think that's fine. We could also animate this. So in that case, I would do this. I select the barrel, the base of the gun, this joint, and these two brackets, and then finally this thing. So that should be active. That's the thing that's going to spin. And then Control P, set parent to object. So now when this thing spins, that the rest spins basically, but not these like legs and this base thing. And then you want to like rotate it on the x-axis as well, but for that we'll select the barrel and the base and then the joint, which should be active, and then Control P. So then if you rotate that, it's going to rotate like this. Now let's see if it actually clips. It kind of clips there, which it would be cool if it could like go at least 180 degrees. So let's go in here, select these vertices and pull this forward a bit. That's good, I think. And now it will not clip. I mean, it'll clip if you do that, but yeah, nice. But yeah, now you can just animate this. Like you could animate this. Also, one trick, if you want it to look like it's like there's some recoil on this barrel, I'll show you a fun way to do that. I usually have this set up when I do animation. I have the graph editor and then the timeline here, but that's only for the frames up here. So let's go in here and insert location, delete the X and Z, and then we have the Y location. Now we want it to go in when it's like shooting. That's way too much though, and it should be quite quick, very quick. Maybe like 3 frames. No, 2 is better, I think. And also the interpolation mode should probably be Bezier. No, shift copy that, and the value should be, I guess, the same as it was there. So copy this value and select that keyframe and then paste that there. All right. Now, if you select any of these keyframes, you can go here into the modifiers, add modifiers cycles, and that's gonna repeat that action. I mean, yeah, that looks fine, I think. And then you can just spin this around and do whatever, and it's gonna keep doing that. And then you can, you know, add effects and stuff like some muscle fire here, but I'm not gonna do that in this tutorial. Not like an effects expert exactly. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Bye bye.